Hello and welcome to another edition of Stockwatch. So as we enter the middle of the trading week, we hear that Amazon have another lawsuit hanging over them, and this time it's from Washington DC, as they have alleged that it abuses its position as a retail giant. The lawsuit, which was filed yesterday, say that Amazon's control of up to 70% of US online sales results in higher prices for consumers, and actually accuses Amazon of charging third-party sellers on its site fees of up to 40%, and as well as stopping them from charging less on other platforms. So Amazon have come back and spoken about this and said that the Washington DC Attorney General has it exactly backwards, and that sellers sell their own prices on their platforms and they don't charge anything in the region of 40%. So we'll have to wait and see what comes out of this. But it's not the first time Amazon have had this kind of scrutiny hanging over them, as in 2019 Amazon scrapped a requirement for merchants to sign a price parity agreement that stopped them from selling at lower prices under pressure from US politicians. This actually went all the way to the Senate, which was quite significant as well. So Amazon has seen sales soar over the last year, with the pandemic really taking full tilt in people working from home and obviously people staying at home in general. And their reported profit just for Q1 this year has been over $8 billion. So quite a significant number, and this is 3 times the amount of the same time last year. So very, very significant numbers here. I just want to touch on Tesla as well, as a court in Norway has fined Tesla after a software issue dating back to 2019, which saw basically the battery in the car not charging for as long as it should have done. So 30 customers have complained, and Tesla are having to pay back roughly over £11,000 for this fine. Tesla have not actually spoken out yet or appealed, but they do have the right to appeal at the moment. So just looking at Amazon first of all, just want to bring it down to the daily chart. And what I've been looking at recently, the last time I looked at Amazon, is looking at this recent peak, and we just want to see if Amazon are going to break through this chart, the Ichimoku cloud here. I've got a buy position from when we hit this nice support at the 31.35 mark. So buy position for me was in here. I'm waiting for prices to move out of the Ichimoku cloud. I'll just zoom in for better clarification. And as we pierce the top border, I'll be looking at this first test here, which is the base indicator for the Ichimoku indicator, and then we could possibly see a push to fresh highs, or if prices do find some resistance here, then I'll be expecting prices to start pushing back into the Ichimoku cloud. After this bearish divergence, we're looking at a bit of a V-shaped recovery now, so we'll just see if that comes into fruition. On the 4 hour that I just had it on, just wanted to emphasize that as the daily chart, we're just creeping up now to the lower border of the Ichimoku cloud. There is a slight indentation here, which means we could hit more of a resistance. This is why I'm being a little bit more cautious on these recent peaks. So I'm expecting some kind of resistance at the 33.40 handle, and then we'll look for more directions and further clues on the RSI. So very significant there. Tesla, on the other hand, just want to bring it out on the daily. I'm always looking at Tesla because we've had this, let's say, recent surge in the fact that they're not going to get back to prices that were before the stock split last year. And we're just kind of stumbling around the 600 to 700 region at the moment. So, the last time I looked at it, as I said on the daily, I'm expecting a bit of a V-shaped recovery as well, a little bit like Amazon, but there could be a bit of a resistance here because the Ichimoku lower border here is very, very thin, and it could lead to a bit more of a resistance here. If it does happen, then I'm still expecting prices, if we do get a lot of resistance, to hit the recent lows, towards $400. I know you might think it's quite a long way to go, but it is possible in this Tesla environment. On the intraday as well, like I said, we are under the Ichimoku border here of the lower cloud. So I'm just waiting to see, as I say, for further direction. Not too much in the way of divergences on the RSI. So, if you're using a MACD or momentum or any other indicator, just look for those divergences to give you a bit more of a direction on where prices could end up being. So at the moment, what I'll be looking at is just another push to this lower border. If we get cloud engulfment, then we could see these recent peaks come into fruition again, roughly over this 750 mark, that's for sure. So very, very significant moves there with Tesla. So something to keep an eye on, since Tesla are quite active in the headlines in the last couple of weeks as well. So stock prices always seem to bounce on the headlines. So just a reminder to keep an eye on that as well. So that's all from the Stock Watch today. Thank you very much for joining me. If you have any comments or queries, please feel free to add them to the post, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Have a great trading day ahead, and bye for now.